Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Roszipou, and for today's Play With Me video, I'll be doing my theme for November 2021. If you're new here, all my themes for 2021 are all video game related, but I always try my best that if you're not really into video games, you can still take some inspiration from my themes anyway. The theme for this month is an Animal Crossing theme, but this time, compared to the one I did in 2020, it will be centered around the character of a Brewster and the place where he works, the Roost Café. If you haven't heard already, Animal Crossing New Horizon will have a huge update on November 5th, 2021, where a bunch of new stuff and gameplay elements will be added, and I am hype. Every day I wake up and it's not November 5th, so I thought I would ease my patience by doing a bullet journal theme centered around Brewster. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and let's dive in. For this theme, I mainly use my Crayola SuperTips and my Tombow Brush Pens. I also use some stickers that I designed, which you can find them on my online shop. To start things off, I am working on my cover page as per usual, and I wanted to create a big and nice illustration as if we are climbing the stairs of the museum and Brewster is peeking his head out of the roost and he is welcoming us to come in and drink a nice coffee. Which is, you know, a little bit what is the purpose of a cover page is, welcoming you to a new month and new opportunities. I am drawing the second floor of the museum where we would usually find the art exhibit, but instead of the plaque we find in the game, I did my own. I drew a big mug, and under it I drew a banner that reads November. Just as a small reminder, my first language is actually French, and there will be some instances where I'll be writing down some words in French and some in English, which is mainly the case for the title of the month, if that makes sense, the days of the weeks, and etc. So I actually didn't make a mistake writing down November because that's how we would write it in French, and it's pronounced Novembre. As for my color palette, I tried to keep it to a certain shade of green for Brewster, some gold, brown, and kind of like a very faded red. I wanted to have some kind of natural shade instead of like the super colorful palette we would usually find in Animal Crossing. I thought it would fit the month perfectly as we are diving into autumn more and more. So, if you would allow me, can I just like talk about the update with you guys? I know I won't shut up about it on my Twitch channel, which, by the way, you can find me live almost every day, usually from Wednesday to Saturday, starting at 11 a.m. I changed my schedule a little bit because I started working once again. I am a counselor and I give art classes to children on the lunch break and after school. So I had to change my schedule a little bit, but anyway, I talk a lot about the update on my Twitch channel, so if you want to catch me live, you can always go to twitch.tv/Roszipou. And honestly, like, if you haven't seen my reaction to the direct already, it's pretty much the same from everyone. They just like kept throwing stuff at us. And it almost felt like Nintendo wanted to say to us, you wanted your pigeon, your dove, whatever that is, there we go. Now, moving on, here's all the thing that we prepared for you guys. It almost felt like Brewster is probably the less like exciting thing of that whole Animal Crossing direct for the whole update. But honestly, I don't care. I wanted to have like, you know, a super cozy theme, and I thought that the Brewster and the Roost would fit perfectly in November. And you know, not gonna lie, even though the community really hype up about Brewster, you know, everyone likes our little pigeon. We don't really do much in the Roost in the game. It's not as exciting as everyone think it is personally. You just go there and you take a coffee, and you can also invite your friends. And as shown in the update, you can also take a cafe with some NPCs and villagers that you like, that they can, like, you know, visit your island and everything. And in the last game of Animal Crossing, which was Animal Crossing New Leaf, there was also a coffee minigame, and they didn't show anything like that in the direct, but I really hope it's like part of the hidden secrets of the update, because at some point we do see like some kind of, how should I say it, like on Bruce's counter we can almost see like a little card with like the logo of a like to-go cup, a little bit like at Starbucks. So I am hoping that I'll still be able to do the coffee minigame just like in New Leaf. And you know, again, I am hyping myself up because I'm super excited. And yeah, so feel free to let me know in the comments what is the thing that got you the most excited about the direct. If we don't end up having the coffee minigame, it's okay. I'm gonna be happy regardless, and I am super excited about this Happy Home Designer DLC. I don't know what you guys think about that. Feel free to let me know in the comments below. So next up, I am working on my monthly calendar. I tried to represent the Roost itself, which is, again, like I said earlier, what Bruce's Cafe is called in the game. The inside is like more of like a super cozy bar than a typical cafe, which I kind of like. It's kind of funny that, you know, instead of like going to a bar and like drink a beer in the game, you just like go to the bar and you drink a coffee. You know, it's super funny and I like it. So I started off by drawing the counter where Brewster worked, and I drew him cleaning a little coffee mug with a little towel. I drew some seats, and at the right side of the corner, I drew a little gyroid. So if you don't know what gyroids are, they were a huge thing in the older Animal Crossing game, and they are finally making their debut in New Horizon. They are so much more cuter than in the other games, and I'm so here for it. I didn't used to like the gyroids, so I wasn't as, you know, I didn't really wanted the gyroids in New Horizon because I always thought they were so creepy. But when I first saw them in the direct, I thought they were so heckin' cute, and now I like them. They still have like their little creepy side, but you know, they're super cute. And Bruce also have a huge connection with the gyroids. I remember that in City Folk, if you would befriend him, he would like store all your gyroids if you wanted. So Bruce is a huge fan of the gyroids, so if Bruce is back, it typically means that the gyroids are back, and they really are. So behind them, I tried to make two big blackboard. On the bigger one, it's where my calendar will be, and on the smaller one, I will be writing down my goals, as if like it's kind of like a special menu on the wall. I also really like the typography that I use. It really reminded me of a blackboard that you would find at Café. As I was writing down the days of the week, I didn't like what I did, so I just cut it some leftover paper that I had from one of my older weekly spread for my Persona 5 team. If you still haven't watched it, you can click on the little thingy in the corner if you want to watch last month playing with me. So I just like cut some paper so I could redraw them to my liking, because instead of trying to fit the whole word of the day of the week, for example, lundi, mardi, I just went with the first 3 letters of the word. So for lundi, it's only L-U-N, mardi, M-A-R, etc., etc. And I finished things off by, you know, just coloring everything. I thought it would be cute to use the little accent red that I've been using before to write down the dates of the month, which was, I don't know if you guys like, you know, are like me, but I just like when the month starts off, like, you know, on Monday or on Sunday, whatever. I feel like, you know, everything is like equal, if that makes sense. So it was super satisfying to make this little calendar. And once again, I am using my Tombow brush pen to add some you know, some shadows and some highlights and everything. By the way, if you want a little tip, if you want to you know, use markers like I do, and you want to do some kind of like shadow effect and everything, I always recommend that you use your grayscale markers first and then you add up the color. If you think it's not like dark enough, you can always like repass with your gray marker. I always prefer to do it this way because a little bit like painting, you prefer to start like with less color than too much, because it's easier to fix your mistakes if, you know, you don't have a lot of color. So it's a little bit like the same thing here. And yeah, so I just like finish off by coloring everything with the same color palette I've been using. And yeah, after that we're gonna be switching to my habit and my mood trackers. And I tried to switch it up a little bit. I know I wanted to have a whole page with like full of gyroids on the shelf. I didn't know if I wanted to make it my mood or my habit tracker. I didn't know if I wanted to color them or not. I tried to use different colors, and I would color them depending on my mood. I just didn't know what to do. So I was like, you know what? I want to do this gyroid shelf, so I'm just gonna do it. So I started things off by putting a big plant, and I move on by inking down the little gyroids. I try to represent every single version of the gyroids that we've seen in the direct that aired not so long ago, like I said, to, you know, announce the update that we're gonna have. So I tried to draw every single model of the gyroid that was shown. There's probably more, but I just like keep it to those one, you know, so it's a little bit like more realistic to the game, if that makes sense. And after I inked them all down, I just like left it, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna think about what I'm gonna do with it later. So on the other side, on the left page, I went on and made a habit tracker, as if, again, it's another blackboard, another like special menu. And I wanted to use my habit tracker sticker sheet for those. For this month, I used the pastel version of my habit tracker sticker sheet, and I just, you know, stick them inside of the blackboard. And I don't know, I wasn't thinking, instead of like sticking 5 sticker calendars, I just ended up sticking 6 of them. I went back to last month to see what kind of habit that I had, if I could have a 6th one. But then I just thought, you know what? My 6th calendar is actually going to be my mood tracker. So what I'm going to do for this month is going to be something similar that I used to do for my habit tracker. So if I do the habit, I just like mark it down inside of the calendar. And if I don't do it, I just like write down nothing. And it's going to be the same thing for my mood tracker. We got to keep it simple and clean, you guys. So if I feel good, I mark it down. If I don't feel good, I don't mark it down. And you know, it kind of turned out to be good because I didn't really wanted to color down my gyroids because I thought they were looking too good to, like, you know, ruin them with some kind of, I don't know, weird color palette depending on my mood. So it turned out to be completely fine. So right now I'm just coloring down the shelves, and then I am adding some grayscale color again to add some shadows and some highlights, and yeah, I get to keep my beautiful gyro shelf, and that makes me super happy. And also for this month, like I said, I'm using a bunch of stickers that I designed, and I'm gonna be using my Cozy Drinks stickers that I designed, I think it was in November 2020 once again. They are on my online store if you want to get them and use them for your team. I don't know, maybe you're making like a super general coffee team, which is totally fine, and you don't want to color down and draw every single mug of coffee. Well, I got you covered. You can find all those cute cozy stickers on my shop. So I'm just like sticking them, trying to figure out which one fits the most. And I thought that my spread was still feeling a little bit empty, so I added a bunch of washi tapes, and yeah, I finalized everything by coloring down my gyroids. And also, by the way, we are listening to the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate arrangement of the Roost, and I thought it was beautiful, so maybe we can listen to it a little bit. And now moving on to my monthly task and my brain dump spread. This is where I usually don't draw anything or too much because I want to give me as much space as I need to write down all my ideas. So I went up and draw those two weird oval shape, which is the same design the game would use when a character or NPC talk to you, and by adding the coo in each dialogue box, I make it look like Brewster is actually talking to me, because Brewster's catchphrase is coo, like a pigeon or a dove, whatever, they're the same. I don't understand this debate on the internet. It's a freaking pigeon, a pigeon is a dove, whatever, they're the same, don't come after me. And once again, I added some stickers and some washi tape. I also draw a little small gyroids at the left bottom corner. And after that, we're gonna be not moving on to my weekly spread, but to another spread that I like to do in my November's theme. So it's a little bit weird to talk about Christmas already, as, you know, when I'm recording this video, Halloween still hasn't passed yet, but it's already the time to plan out what I will do with my family, and most importantly, what I need to buy for the gifts I want to give, and what I need to buy for the dinners and all that stuff. Christmas is fun and all, but it's even more fun when I can plan in advance. So for those spreads, I try to keep it simple once again. On the top left corner, I draw my character that I did in Animal Crossing, taking coffee with Isabelle, one of the NPC in the game. I feel like she's very well known, but just in case you don't know her, in New Horizon, she helps out Tom Nook to keep your island in order, and she deserves all the rest in the coffee that she wants. That's all. I tried to use again this coffee shop typography that I was using, and I mixed things up with cursive letters as well. And on the right page, I tried to make it look like I got a receipt from my date with Isabelle. And now thinking about it, it kind of fits because I'll be having a lot of shopping receipts or all the stuff that I need to buy as well. So, you know, it goes well. I drew a little logo of the Roost at the right bottom corner, and, you know, I just colored everything. I added some sparkles and some washi tape, and yeah, pretty simple once again. And you know, it's kind of like satisfying to see those spreads being done, because it's crazy how much, like, you know, I don't do a lot, I don't draw a lot, but the spread still feels complete, even though I didn't put a lot of illustration, like, you know, for example, my cover page or my monthly calendars page. Yeah, it's just like crazy how much like a little sticker or like a little bit of washi tapes can, you know, just make a spread look complete. So, yeah, a little bit weird to talk about Christmas at this time because, like I said, as of recording, we are a little bit more than a week away from Halloween. But, you know, I'm the type of person that I like to plan in advance, and I don't want to stress out too much about this kind of stuff that is supposed to be happy. And, you know, I'm not supposed to stress on Christmas. I'm supposed to have a good time. So, yeah, I'm gonna be, you know, like every year, I'm gonna be planning in advance. It's just like, it feels weird because I'm so much more in advance as I'm recording this video. I usually, like, you know, typically I'm a little bit last minute person, so I tend to, you know, post my videos on, you know, the day of switching the month, like on the 1st, because I want to try to make those videos a little bit in advance so you guys have the time to plan. It feels a little bit weird to like be planning out or making some space to plan out all this Christmas stuff. And now we are moving to the last spread of this tea, which is my first weekly spread. So as I turn the pages, I realized that I forgot to sketch out a layout for, you know, my weekly spread. So you are actually seeing my whole sketching process this time. Because I had no idea of what to do, I just went with a simple Dutch door and a vertical layout. I cut in my right page of my journal to make the said Dutch door. And on the flipping pages, this is where I am going to be having my, you know, week layout. On the left border corner, I made a little Brewster pouring down some coffee in a mug at his work counter. On top of him, I wrote down November, and I thought of making some space for one of my monthly calendar stickers. And as I said, on the middle pages, this is where I'm going to be having my weekly layout. And on the right page, I thought of writing down my task of the week in another Blackboard menu, you know, to fit with the whole tea with like the menus and the coffee and everything. I drew so many Brewsters this month. I feel like, you know, right, I feel like I'm a pro to draw Brewster. It's kind of like a little bit complicated, but you know, I drew him so many times in this whole team. I feel like I could draw him with my eyes closed. So for the weekly layout itself, I separated everything in 8 squares so I can have some space left to write down the stuff that I need to do for the next week. So on the first column, I'm gonna have space for Monday and Tuesday, on the second column for Wednesday and Thursday, and as you flip the pages, I have space for Friday and Saturday. And then on the on the right page, I mean, it's gonna be like Sunday, and I just wrote down next week to let me know what I need to write down for next week. So I use my Zebra Midliner for the outline of my weekly layout in the red shade that I keep using since the beginning. Oh, I guess I forgot to mention that I also, on top of using my Crayola SuperTips and my Tombow Brush Pen, I am also using my Zebra pen liners. They're really great if you don't have them, by the way. So I did the outline with the red. I wrote down the days of the week in cursives, and I also added a small gray dot to write down the dates of the month. And now you seeing me coloring down Brewster and his little suit that he's wearing. He's so cute. Oh my goodness. Like I said, I'm coloring him, and he's pouring down some coffee with like a typical, you know, coffee maker with his little counter, and yeah. I don't really know what to say, because I feel like I'm just like repeating myself in every single plan with me, because it's pretty much the same, you know, every single time. I am the type of person that I like to keep things, you know, the same way, because if I don't keep things the same way, or if I don't, like, you know, left me some space for my task, for what I'm gonna be doing next week, I'm just feeling like completely lost. So like I said earlier, I left myself some space for my monthly calendar, and the only calendars that I had left from my pastel sticker sheet were pink, and I thought that it wouldn't fit, so I used one of my prototype, the Oops batch in grayscale, where I accidentally made 6 columns instead of 7, so this is why the last column I wrote down like 2 dates, because it's like Sunday and Saturday and Sunday, and yeah, I didn't know what to add next, so I used of the space that I have left to write down some notes. I added a bunch of washi tape, some of my cozy drinks stickers, some sparkles, because of course all my weekly spread has to get some sparkles in them, and voila, this is another Plan With Me team done and complete. Thank you so much for keeping up until the end, and if you did, leave a sparkling art emoji in the comments below. I had so much fun working on this theme again, probably because I'm just like so hyped about the update. And if you want to see my other weekly spreads that I'm gonna be doing this month, make sure to follow me on Instagram, and again, catch me on stream at twitch.tv/Roszipou if you'd like to see my Animal Crossing New Leaf content when the update drops. And yeah, I hope you guys are looking forward to my next Plan With Me video. Once again, don't forget to like and subscribe, hit that bell button to keep up with my videos, and yeah, enjoy my final flip through and those little close-up shots that I took of my cover page and my habit tracker, because I'm really proud of them. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys soon. Special thank you to all my patrons that have been supporting me this month. If you would like to also have your name on my end card of my videos and also at the end of my stream, you can do so by joining the sketch club at patreon.com/Roszipou. And yeah, with that in mind, stay safe and stay pink, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye friends!